Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Commodities Update video, and I'm back from vacation. And let's take a look at technical analysis on natural gas, UNG oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. We're looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario where price will be heading into later this week. And let's take a look at natural gas. So NG, and we're looking at the adjusted chart. Make sure to click the BADJ down here to adjust for the contract gaps. As you guys can see, there's gaps here, and when I click it, there's no gaps. All right, so we'll be looking at on 8-hour time frame at the moment, and I think last week I was talking about somewhere around here where with the 8-hour EMA 12, this teal looking line is going to act as support. Since it's acting as support on the way up here, you can see bounce, 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 and when it's on the way down, it's all resistance. On the way up, support, support, support right there, and then we broke through there. Now it's acting as resistance again, resistance. And we just peaked above it, and we'll see if we get more follow through from there. And the most likely scenario right now for me is this tiny range, pretty much in equilibrium. We did break to a higher high though over here, but I would just call it a double top, lacking follow through here. Let's see, we pretty much just peaked. Actually, we did not break a higher top. Let's see, 3.159, 3.15. Okay, exactly double top. So pretty much we can call this just a tiny range, and we pretty much bounce off the support right here. You can see support, 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 and right here, back here again, support as well. So that's where I'll be looking at. If we bounce up to here and then we can't get over that, and then we continue to chop around, and then we'll wait for it to break out of either the bull side or the bear side out of this range. Then we'll get a lot more volume when that happens, and we'll have more follow through the move versus when we're chopping within here. We can still play this. There's a lot of range, right? See on this bounce is already 18%, which is pretty big. So there will be a 10% bounce for this one if we get to the top. Doesn't mean it has to hit the top for it to reject. It can come all the way to here, and then we can reject from this supply, and we can come back down, and then it bounces out here again like that. Something like that. Doesn't have to go all the way up and chop around like that. And also even just break out of here. But we'll see how it trades once we get up to this level, and we'll get more clues when we get to that range. But as of now, we held support again on Monday, and we're currently still bouncing. No signs of slowdown yet from this bounce. So it pretty much just closed that high of its day. So yeah, pretty clear. And we'll keep the hourly uptrend as our short-term guide. As long as hourly uptrend is intact, we can say this bounce will just continue until we probably hit somewhere up there and that resistance that we're talking about. Go from there as of now. Yeah, so I want to see 8-hour EMA 12 act as support again. Let's say we get another bounce on Tuesday, and then we pull back. I want to see this teal looking line act as support on the way up, just like we did over here on these bounces. All right, let's take a look at UNG. So UNG, similar idea, even though this line looks a little bit like it broke out from it, but we'll stick to NatGas's resistance versus UNG. But similar idea. We want to get that tiny range going. Bounce off of support, and we'll see if we can break above. So if NatGas comes up to here and rejects, we'll likely reject closer to around this level as well, close to here for UNG. And you'll probably continue to tighten up as well. Pick it up, pick it down, pick it up, pick it down, tightening up until it breaks its range. All right. If you guys want to learn more about technical analysis, go to my Patreon page, or if you guys want to support the free channel, or go to the Discord. It's also free as well if you guys want to come and chat and hang out. And let's continue with oil. So oil is currently looking tightening as well, still tightening up. So we've been talking about this tightening range on the weekly for a very, very long time, and it's still tightening up. So resistance, 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 support, support, support. As you guys can see, every time it gets closer and closer, and it doesn't make a new high or it doesn't make a new low. That's just pretty much a tiny range is. And we still got a couple more weeks. I mean, it could take us all the way to, if it wants, it would take us all the way to 2025. So it's still a long time, but it doesn't have to get to the end of this range. You can break out of here and then just go all the way up, or break out of it down here. But Now, the most likely scenario is going to be continue to tighten up. And I mean, we're getting pretty tight. You can see the top of here, low if it's here. If we just chop around a little bit more, we could break out of that or break below this low, then we will be out of that range. Even though if, yeah. But as of now, it's still looking bouncing until we probably come up to closer to more of a supply up here. So this is where I'll be looking at to see a reversal of the tightening range, because that's where all the supply is at this moment. And we're pretty close there. So if we get another leg up tomorrow, up to 80, then we'll probably start to see some resistance at 80. Go through that, and we're breaking bull out of that tiny range. Now 80 would be where we'll start seeing resistance. Daily, try to take a look what's going on. Yeah, big bounce, daily uptrend confirmed right there. So still going, momentum still strong on the bull side. So there may be a chance if we break above this 80, 81 range, we could break out of this weekly long tightening range. All right, let's look at US dollar. So US dollar, similar idea. Looks like it's still tightening up as well. So the weekly will be more clear for you guys. Big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, up, down. Now we're getting really close. So let's see which way we're going to break. Can we break out of this low or this high at this moment? And currently, we'll just have to look at the daily for more clue. If this was a daily uptrend, but now lacking follow through because we broke above this high, made a higher high over here on this Friday, but just came back to it. So not much follow through at this moment. It makes sense. Like all the data currently, the economic data are very mixed. Some are leaning towards rate cuts, some, and then we get something hot on the data, and it just bounces again. It gets something. So it's very choppy for the U.S. dollar now. It's getting really close. So I wouldn't expect much out of this until maybe closer to maybe September, closer to that rate cut. So we'll see at this moment. And gold. So gold, talked about this head and shoulders playing out, and it did. This left shoulder, head. And I think I was talking about this last week, and we end up getting, looks like we got a bear break here. And we still technically are above that head, but head and shoulders are just a downtrend, uptrend into a downtrend. We are in a daily downtrend now, and there's a good chance that if we do break this 2292, this support zone right there, then we may roll over down back to potentially this 2187. So now we did bounce off of it again. So you can see how many times we bounced off it over here. So we continue to hold that level, then we may come back up to retest these highs closer to this 2378 zone. Now we still need to get over that 12 EMA for us to be more convinced that this is a bounce at this moment. All right, let's look at silver. Silver weaker here. See, after this drop, it's kind of just trending down. Yeah, if gold doesn't bounce, if gold breaks this, wait a second here. Where did my gold go? But anyways, if gold broke that 2278 support, silver is gonna come down and retest probably this level where it broke off from this resistance, and you see that where it break off from this tiny range, right? This was support, and resistance. So now we're above it, the price. So if we do come down here, I want to see it act as support. So resistance flipping to support because price is above it, and we may get a bounce here, but see about that. But pretty clear, complete sideways range. If you're playing in this range, I wouldn't until you can just play it until it breaks out, right? If it breaks above here, get it go bull. If it breaks below here, you can go bear, right? Or you can just, if you really want to add, you can add in right now, and just set your stop loss, whichever way it ends up breaking. If you're going long here, you set your stop loss here. If you're going short here right now, just set your stop loss up there. And if you're wrong, you just get stop out for a little bit. Really want to be in it right now, but All right, that's all for you guys. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and feel free to support the channel at the Patreon link. And I will see you guys probably Thursday or Saturday for more updates. And have a great rest of you guys' week. See you guys around.